Welcome to Thinking Outside the Soil with your host, Shani Alfalfaseed, where we get to talk story and touch on topics about hydroponics and the farmers who grow the crops and creatures we need to eat. Good morning, and happy Aloha Friday from Blooming Health Farms. Thank you for being with me on this gorgeous day. It is actually freezing here in Colorado, where a couple days ago it was 80 degrees, so it is chilly. Many of us here in Colorado like to call our weather bipolar, and it's a reminder of what we got to do to just be and farm, because it changes all the time, and it reminds me that the birds don't take vacation. So when we get these cold days, it doesn't really matter to them at all. But on a side note, I did want to just share briefly with you out there. Today is April 19th, and it marks 7 years since I've had a drink of alcohol. So I've been 7 years alcohol free, and for me, it is amazing. So thank you for all of you out there who have helped me get to this place and allowed me to give back and do what I got to do to help others find what it is that they want to do and go along that path as well with as much clarity of mind as they can. So thank you again. It has been a huge challenge and struggle, and I've got to learn a lot, and I have a lot more to learn as I go forward, and I have to be mindful that it is just one day at a time for all aspects of life. This is just another way for me to stay in the moment and be with you, be with my birds, and be of best service to the people I'm trying to help. And specifically, now while today marks 7 years for a personal success, it also marks about 5 years since Blooming Health Farms has been in business. Now, our nonprofit was founded on April 12th, 2019. So it has been almost 5 years for us to really figure out how to serve the community with these really good ideas that we had. And I'll often say to others that I started this journey with Ryan Smith, a clinical counselor here in Greeley, with the aspirations and ambitions to use our experience and our expertise, mine in aquaponics and molecular biology, the STEM that revolves around those, and Ryan in the clinical counseling and personal development and personal empowerment realms. And what I say to people is that we were taking our ideas, which very much look like a square peg, and we were trying to shove it into a round hole. And it was a bigger peg than a hole, and it wasn't working very well. And it wasn't until I started working with a few of the local youth and our chickens that we got to see the mission transform in a way that it needed. Now I like to say that we are taking round pegs and sticking them into square holes. And I borrow that a little bit from some of those that revolve around my world, some of my mentors, some of my peers in the ClickFunnels community out there. We are round pegs and doing things in a way that may be different compared to the norm, the traditional. We are trailblazing, and oftentimes I say to others, if you really want to have the most success, don't start a non-profit business from scratch. Don't trailblaze. And my mentor, Russell Brunson, and his coaches that have directly been involved with me say, don't be the guy with the arrows in the back. Pioneers, trailblazers are often the ones with the arrows in their back laying on the ground. And I have found myself there many times on the ground, pulling an arrow out of my back, out of my butt, out of my front, and then figuring out how to heal and healing and then moving forward. So if you don't have to do that, don't do that at all. However, if you are emboldened and impassioned to do something new, I wholeheartedly encourage you, because I also recognize that going off into some new agricultural venture can be a lot like what I said. It can be trailblazing for you or for others, but just know that there are others out there that are using hydroponics in agriculture and having a lot of success in all sorts of avenues. I was honored enough to give the keynote speech at the Aquaponics Association virtual conference at the beginning of this week, and I gave an address that was essentially a call to action for all of us in the aquaponics industry to galvanize the successes that we're having and reach out into these areas of agriculture, which I have recognized needs more oomph from somebody else, from the innovative people in our world. And for our listeners, for you guys, you are raising animals. We're raising chickens. You may be raising birds or other livestock. However, this is a way for us to come together and share our experience, share the setbacks and the strengths, and inspire each other with our hopes and dreams of what it means to be a better steward of our earth, of our community, and everything at large. And we truly believe here at Blooming Health Farms that agriculture offers the opportunities for individuals to truly give back and make an impact in their own lives, in the lives of their families, communities, and the planet at large. That is all I have today for us on this gorgeous Aloha Friday. We are going to head on over to a new prospective customers cafe today and talk a little bit about our book and some of what we're doing. And I want to show her some of our awesome eggs. So I'm really excited to just go spend a little time doing what I love to do and showing the fruits of the labor of Junior and a couple of volunteers, community service kids rather. So thank you again for being with me on another episode of Thinking Outside the Soil. Take care and have a lovely day. Thank you, babies.